Yo.
You alright? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Alright, safe. Hold on, let me just get this properly salted. Alright. I'm having a food coma, bro.
A food coma?
Yeah, man.
Those are the best, man. Wait, are you proper like bloated?
Not even. I just feel I'm like a 32-year-old baby, bruv. I want a nap.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. No, I only ate like an hour ago. I'm still like, yeah, I'm comfy. Yeah.
And
yeah, man.
What go on? What you saying, bro?
Huh?
What we saying, man?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. Yeah, all good. Yeah. Are you all good though?
Yeah, man, I'm chilling. Finished my website the other day, which is why I think I got confused and I lost a day because I finished it on like Monday.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what the hell I was doing yesterday. So today I was just like,
it was Tuesday yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think I did that thing where because also I've been going hard for like 3 weeks. Although last week I did from like Wednesday to Sunday. I kind of chilled out and didn't really do much during the days because I could feel myself burning out. So I was like, let me take this week off and like only do like 4 or 5 hours a day of just topping up certain things that I've got to do and all that. But for the most part, I just chilled out. And then
I know what you mean. Yeah, you just need that. Sometimes you just need that like that turn off because you can just feel it in it. You know what I mean? You just feel it when you get close to burnout where you're just like, wow, like nothing's making sense anymore. Like it's just like a big confusion. Like you can't even read a sentence without having to reread it.
Bro,
it's just like
yeah, it's exactly that. So I was like, yeah, I'm feeling the burnout coming. So let me chill out for the rest of the week. Chilled out, came back to it's actually started Sunday evening. Got to Sunday because I was that's when we were meant to be podcasting, wasn't it? I think it was Sunday we were actually meant to start doing.
I think it was Saturday. Saturday night.
Was it Saturday night?
Not too sure. Yeah.
Okay. One of those nights. It was either Saturday or Sunday. See, I can't remember now. But one of those nights, the day that we said we were going to do it, it got to like 6 in the evening, and I was like, let me just see what I've been like things that because I had like 3 days of literally just watching video games. Like that's literally all I do now to turn my brain off. Because even with podcasts, the thing is, everybody stopped doing podcasts in person. So it's all these like Zoom podcasts, and they're horrible.
Yeah. Those whack-ass podcasts,
yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah.
So all I had to go by was just like Flagrant 2, which is amazing still, but it was like one podcast, and then it was getting to the point where as it's coming to the election and stuff, all they would talk about was all this election stuff, and I'm like, that is the last thing I want to be thinking about, bro. So I was.
That was jokes though last night. It was funny though.
That was odd, bro.
Yeah, it's mad. Are we actually recording?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
That's right.
Yeah, no, like no, that debate last night was mad. It was mad. It was like you're seeing two old age pensioners just arguing with one another. It's like, what? They're going, you're a clown. Shut up, you clown. And it's like, are you for real? Like, you want to be the next president of the most powerful country in the world, yeah? And you're literally just talking shit. I've never seen anything like it, man. And then you got Trump going, the Proud Boys, that racial group, innit? That white supremacist group, innit? And he's like, come on, Proud Boys, stand back and stay alert. I was like, okay, no, like, he's literally like gonna just create a race war. It's mad, yeah. Like Joe Biden, man, he's just like, I can't. Do you know Joe Biden? Yeah, like, did you see a video of him the other day talking about the Senate?
Oh, been in it for 180 years.
Right. Yeah, like literally, the man's got dementia. Like,
1,000%. He absolutely has dementia.
Yeah, honestly, his family should just pull him out and just say, "Listen, you're not fit," and that's the problem. That's what a lot of people comment on, that if he wins, he's going to stand down.
Yeah, it's going to be Kamala, which is terrifying to me.
Harris, going to take over, and she's worse than Joe Biden. Like
she's Hillary with melanin. That's literally what she is. She is Hillary with melanin.
Yeah. It's like exactly that. Yeah, man, you hit the nail on the head there. Like what was it? Before she was chosen in it for the vice presidency thing. You know, he got accused of sexual assault in it. Joe Biden.
Yeah, she said she sided with his accusers.
Yeah, and then but she supported him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
And then as soon as she got made vice president, she was like, no, that never happened. It never happened.
Bro,
no, it's not true. It's not true. I was like, Bob, you literally supported him.
I agree. I genuinely think that politicians don't believe the internet is real, because the amount of stuff that they say and then will just disregard the fact that they've said it. And I'm like, you do realize that this is online forever.
Exactly.
Like I can just Google this. Like this. I'll show you. You said, and it wasn't even that long ago. It was earlier this year or like end of last year.
I think it was the start of it. I think it was like the middle of this year, like during the pandemic, innit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was not that long ago.
And then like you just saw the stories, and then nothing happened. And like obviously Biden can't remember because you know he can't remember yesterday. So,
right.
You know, obviously he can't remember what he did, innit? So and then it's just like it's that whole thing of just like because you know. You're famous, right? Certain things just get brushed under the carpet and it doesn't even get mentioned. Like,
yeah,
you know, if it was a normal person, you'd be victimized and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
It's unbelievable. And it's just this whole notion of like the Democrats just pretending everything's okay so they can get Trump out of the White House. Like, it's unbelievable, man. Like the man's sick. You know what I mean? Just like
it's abuse, bro. It's abuse, bro.
Yeah.
To put someone who's literally actively, clearly has some sort of like, what is it? Memory to generate. It's not even memory. His brain is he's dying. The dude is dying.
Yeah, he's fried, man. Absolutely fried. Like he's constantly messed up.
Yeah, I know.
For the last 6 months. He's constantly messed up. He's got the COVID death toll confused with the job redundancies in America. Like,
mate.
Honestly, honestly, they think America's bad now. Oh, Jesus, gee whiz, what are they going to be like in you know what I mean? A year's time, man.
Right.
It's not going to get any better. Like,
yeah.
And it's worrying because they're a major force. You know what I mean?
I am actually genuinely worried. Like, I don't really know how to be stressed, so I just kind of I don't know. I guess it manifests itself in some random ways. Like, I don't sleep very well and all that. But like, yeah, I genuinely am worried what's going to happen because at this point now, both sides have stoked the fire to the point where whoever gets into the White House come November 4th, it's not going to be good. It's going to take a lot for the pot not to boil over.
Oh yeah. Like it's reaching boiling point now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if Trump wins, gee whiz, you're literally gonna see like a civil war.
Yeah.
In America, you're just gonna see people just gonna have enough. Like they're just gonna go mad. You're gonna see white supremacists and Black Lives Matter movement just fucking go at each other.
Yeah.
And then if Joe Biden gets in, well, he's just gonna ruin that country. So like.
Yeah, he's gonna tank it.
Yeah. So whatever happens, like they were saying this morning, like nobody won that debate.
No.
Like nobody won, and the only people that lost out on was the American people, because now it's like if you didn't know who to vote for, you've got no idea who to vote for.
Yeah, that's such a good point. Yeah, that's a very good point.
Because they didn't make any points. Like,
nope.
There was no points of what they're gonna do. Like, that's the whole point of the debate is to say what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Like, if you become in power, like
represent your agenda.
And they're just badgering at each other the whole time, shouting at each other, talking over one another, and all this. And it's like today Biden's come out and said that Trump's microphone should be switched off for the next 2, and he should be allowed to speak. And then Trump said, "Oh, that was a lot of fun. Looking forward to doing it again." Like, it's mad. It's like it's a big joke. I just feel, sometimes I feel like it's a Truman Show. Like I literally feel like we're getting watched and we're getting punked. Like this is just like there's one big prank. like, it's just testing everyone's resolve. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
That is so odd that you mentioned that. I was literally thinking that like a couple of days ago. I was like, life, like every now and again, I'll just, because I don't really pay that much attention to what. Oh, there's a whole road to go down with this. But like what Trump says that much, if it like in just not just Trump, but just in general with politics, if it makes its way into my sphere, then I will give it my attention because it's made its way into my sphere. Because I'm going out of my way to just try not to bring all of that just terrible energy into my life at the moment, because there's just too much for me to be wanting to do to try and entertain that. But every now and again, I'll just someone will, and it's usually comedians, because obviously like that's pretty much all I'm watching right now is just comedian podcasts, and they'll just say about something that Trump said, and then I'll go watch the video, and I'll be like, oh my days, this is the president of the United States, bro. Like,
I know.
And I'll just be like, what's happening? And then that's where it comes in. I'll be like, I feel like I'm in the Truman Show. Like, it's so odd. It's so odd. I can't believe, like, it's just mad. It's so mad.
It's mad, man.
The last 4 years have happened.
And like for me, like it's a bit weird for me because like I couldn't care less about politics. You know what I mean? Like, here and overseas and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't really think about it, but it's literally been like since COVID's happened. Yeah. Like, I'm so like wrapped up in the news, media, politics, everything like that. Like the last time I cared about politics was when the Lib Dems were going in to get into power to make tuition fees free for students. Yeah. So I was like, that was the only time I cared about politics. Before that, I was too young. I didn't care. Do you know what I mean? I was like, what's the '08 financial crisis? Doesn't bother me. Yeah. It did. But I just didn't know any better because I was a kid. And then, that's mad, '08.
I was just thinking, I was like, that's madness, cuz.
Yeah, that's mad. And then, and then ever since like David Cameron come in and all that, the country's just gone to pot. And then Brexit. And then Brexit I kind of really got involved in, but then I was like, I don't care. Because whatever happens, it's still going to be the same no matter what. Yeah. And then COVID happened, and I was like, well, like, I've never sat in front of telly watching news bulletins, watching the news. I've never done, and then I'm looking at America, American politics, and I'm just like, and it's just like how fucked up and seedy like politics is, and it's just like and with everything else going on, like you said, I don't need that on my mental health. If you know what I mean, like I don't need that, especially when it's a choice to watch it. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like, why would I choose to watch this stuff? Like a lot of it is just like BS anyway. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of it. That's why I just don't entertain it.
It's like the day they did the COVID briefing, innit?
Oh my god!
And they were like talking about how it's going the opposite way. But the thing is that the fact that all the cases are up north and Scotland. Right. What does it matter about down here? Like why is London getting threatened? Why are we getting threatened with a national lockdown when down here it's fine? Well, it's not fine, but it's not as bad. And then it's funny how they flipped it. Like at the start, you never heard about the infection rates. Mm-hmm. Never. It was always about the death rate. Oh no, it's very deadly, very bad, very bad. And now they flipped it that it's all about the infection rates. Yeah. But they're not talking about how low the death rates are.
Exactly.
And then it was like, what made me laugh was The Sun, the shittest newspaper in the world.
Well, I can't believe that's still a newspaper, bro. I can't believe that's still a newspaper. That's insane.
I can't believe it. It's for dirty old men to masturbate on page 3, isn't it? You know what I mean? And then they get bored for the rest of the newspaper. They released a headline saying, I think it was last weekend. Infection rates at an all-time high, and it was 6,000 for the day. Well, back at the height of the pandemic, it was 100,000. So how was it an all-time high? Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it pissed me off, and it's just like, and the fact that the doctors the doctors, Chris Whitty and all that, Patrick Vallance has got stocks in the shares in the Oxford vaccine.
This is so. It's like
and
with Fauci.
He's made £600,000 already.
Jesus, Mary. Yeah, this is. Yeah, it terrifies. I'm glad that you're saying all this as well, because it terrifies me that people. I don't blame people for not wanting to think the worst of their government, but it's like, at a certain point, you're gonna have to acknowledge certain things. Most things are completely, skewed to whatever. I guess whatever helps with them and their pushing of whichever narrative they decide they want to push for that morning. Essentially, is what it is.
For sure.
And it's
for sure.
And it's like, for instance, the other day, yesterday, in fact, I got a notification, and it was a news reporter asked Boris Johnson about. So basically, it was about the new law about people up north, more than 6 from the same family aren't allowed to be in a pub, in an inside pub. And then the person asked him, what about outside in a beer garden? And he was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, and I sent that to like my rents or whatever. And I was just saying the cracks are starting to show, because I was like, this is political rhetoric being framed as public safety. Like, every choice is 100%, in my opinion, politically motivated, and they frame it as a public safety thing. And it's like, if you're going to make something illegal, it's literally they're making it illegal to do. If I ask you about the law, you better know what the law is. Do you know what I mean?
Especially if you said you came up with it as well.
Exactly.
Obviously, he hasn't come up with it. He's just a puppet, and the puppeteers are these scientists who, like that's what I'm saying. Like the whole thing, like the Neil Ferguson, who wrote the paper on because we were going. That at the start of it, Boris was going to go the herd immunity route.
Right. I do remember that.
Wash your hands, social distance, be safe. Keep your distance. That was what he said. That is what we're going to do. Then Neil Ferguson, from the London College or something, he wrote a paper saying if we go down this herd immunity route, we're going to have 500,000 deaths. Bang. So as he saw that, lockdown, lock it down, shut it down. It's not safe. Lock it down.
Right.
And then the irony is that Neil Ferguson, who wrote the paper on lockdown, broke lockdown to sleep with a married woman. And then what was it?
Right.
Dominic Cummings.
Oh, that was hysterical.
Who advises the Prime Minister on everything through Brexit and everything. Then broke lockdown and got away with it.
Yeah, that by hysterical I mean like it was just so insane.
What the excuse is? He needed to drive to test his eyesight.
Bro,
that's mad. You need to drive to test your eyesight, bruv.
That's the last thing you should be doing if you're testing your eyesight.
Yeah, and
driving.
He drove 100 miles.
Yeah, I was gonna say he drove like 100 miles or something.
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, 100 miles he drove to Durham. And it wasn't the fact that he was showing symptoms, and his wife was showing symptoms, and his son was showing symptoms. So he shouldn't have left the house.
Right.
But no, him and his wife were showing symptoms. And his son wasn't. So they left the house to drive to his parents' house to drop his son off.
Yeah.
But the law was he wasn't allowed to do that because that's spreading the
virus, basically. Yeah.
Virus, yeah. Normal people weren't allowed to do that. That's why they came up with the social bubble to help with care.
Right.
So it was like, but then nothing happened to him, and it's not spoken about. It's not even mentioned. You know what I mean? And then it's just the whole. Like, I haven't got a problem. Like, if you make mistakes, I haven't got a problem with that because this is all new to everyone.
Right.
Like, it's a pandemic. The last one was the Spanish flu.
Right.
To affect the world, really. Not stuff like Ebola and all that, but
right.
To affect the whole world. Do you know what I mean? Like, last one was the Spanish flu, right?
Right. In 1918.
Yeah, 1918 to 1920, and that's the only reason. And that's what the scientists are basing their knowledge on with this virus, with the Spanish flu, because the Spanish flu started in the spring, like it did now, like it's done now, and it lasted through the winter, and there was a first wave, a second wave, and all that.
Yeah.
That's why they're worried about the second wave, because of Spanish flu. Even though medicine's a lot better now, hygiene's a lot better.
Right.
And there's actually no evidence this is going to be like the second wave is going to be worse than the first wave.
Apparently, it's getting weaker. Like the infection rate is still pretty high, so people are still catching it, but it's not affecting people anywhere near as badly.
No, exactly. That's what like a stat come out today. Like full capacity for NHS is 120,000. That's full capacity. It's at 700. Jeez. So, and we're at the end of September, going into October, and all this. So we'll see what happens. But like they said 2 weeks ago, if things keep going the way it's going to double every 7 days. It hasn't doubled. So, and it's affecting young people who nothing's happening to them. They're not dying. It's just cool. You know what I mean? Like, cold for them.
I think, and at this point now, it's like, I'm going to go down the conspiracy theory route for a second, but it's like, if you were to all of a sudden be gifted this thing, which essentially, well, I'm using that word purposefully, and now you're able to implement certain things, like curfews and all this kind of stuff, and you see the direction in which it's going, and you're like, well, let me just try this and this and this and this. It's literally Orwellian where we're heading. And I'm not saying that that's where we're heading, but I'm saying this is literally the idea that of the book of 1984, right? Which is It's not just a drastic thing; it's a gradual thing. I've never read the book, but this is just me talking about my idea of how it would be. It's a gradual, and I got a news notification. I think it was last week. So it's September, right? They were talking about, we need to wait for the second wave. Talking about the third wave. I'm like, what? We haven't even got a second one.
Yeah. I saw that as well.
And it's those things that stoke my conspiracy theory in me that I go, what's happening right now? Do you know what I mean? Like, are you just trying to find ways to utilize this?
Yeah,
and
I've got two conspiracy theories.
Go.
I have. Because I love a conspiracy theory, mate.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I read that article about that is there could be a third wave next spring.
Yeah.
And that they said that the vaccine might not be available for 3 years.
Yeah.
And all this bollocks, all that. But my theory is that or my conspiracy theory is that it's definitely man-made. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And, I've got a feeling Bill Gates has something to do with it. Because what was it? 6 years ago, he wrote an article about how pandemics and all that come about now and then, and that's where you need to start putting your money into is vaccinations, that kind of stuff, and that's what he started doing. And he was talking about how reducing the population in poorer countries and making richer countries better. And then what was it? As soon as the outbreak happened in China, he was like, he defended China, by the way. Said that China handled it very well, even though they lied about their figures.
Right.
He agreed with the World Health Organization. They handled it perfectly, even though they lied about when it originally started. They said it started in December. It started in November. And then there's even evidence that the cases started from the summer of 2019. So there's cases that students tested positive for COVID in like August, September at university, and then but it only got out of control late November, December.
Yeah.
But then they didn't officially write a report to the World Health Organization
till March, right? Or February?
To Boxing Day. It's 26th of December. That's when it become an emergency to the World Health Organization.
Right.
And then January the 1st, boom, it just went. Because for some reason, there was a hell of a lot of travelers in China, in Beijing, Wuhan. I was like, okay. So and then they traveled and they spread it. But as soon as January hit, Bill Gates stepped down as CEO of Microsoft. And
was that only this year?
Yeah.
That only happened this year.
Yeah, he stepped down as CEO of Microsoft this year, and he went full 100% into his charity work of putting money into a vaccine for
charity work. That's a joke as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like and then my other conspiracy is that is this just a way to get people track, know what they're doing, where they're going, and it's just to stop people like.
Yes, that's actually a better one than what I was saying about it being all wedding or whatever. But yes, because
it's to stop people. It's basically to stop people from free will of putting everything under control of just doing what they want to do. Like Australia, they were like they said to them, their government was saying to their people that you don't have to get the vaccine, but if you don't get the vaccine, you can't travel. And if you haven't got a job, you won't get job seekers allowance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't get, basically won't get paid for being unemployed. Basically,
right?
Help out.
Yeah,
help you out. So you have to get. So basically, you're being told you have to get the vaccine. And then supposedly they're talking about could be implemented here that if we don't get the vaccine, you're not allowed to travel, or if you work in the health sector, you might not allowed to work in the health sector because you could affect the elderly. Blah 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 blah. So we're getting forced into doing it, and it's like at the end of the day, it's free will, mate. If you don't want a vaccine, if you don't want a vaccine, you don't have to have a vaccine. Like,
right?
It's cool. Like it's like, and then this whole thing with like the NHS Trace and Track app, like.
Bro, did you get that? Did you get that text recently?
Yeah, I literally nearly soiled my pants toots because I thought I'd come in contact with someone. So I got it and I was like, I clicked it and I've already downloaded it.
Oh, I ignored it. I'm not downloading that.
Yeah, so I downloaded it, but then because they know, like the government know, not a lot of people go and download the app, innit? You know, what I mean? They're not going to. Yeah, so what they've done is they've got bars and restaurants to stop people from coming in to their establishment unless they've got the app.
Really?
To check in. Yeah. Like basically, like restaurants and bars now have said if you don't have the app and you can't check in, you're not allowed to come in. You have to leave.
Bruh, how do people not even? How do you not? Even if this is just a figment of our imagination, it definitely. How does that not like make your ears prick up and be like, okay, wait, what's actually happening right now?
Yeah, exactly. Because you know what it is. Yeah, it's that message of fear. So people are it's no joke. Like people are living in fear. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they think if you catch COVID, it's like you know what it is. Like if you get told you got COVID, there's like this thing about it. Like it was like when back in the 80s when you told you got HIV.
Right.
What the fuck? I got COVID? No. And people look at you funny. You got COVID, mate. Get out. Go and self-isolate. You're victimised straight away.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Do you know what I mean? And it's just shit. And it's just shit like that. Like I was reading this from this scientist who was saying like the message that our government did, it was too harsh. Like
they created hysteria. I was saying that from the beginning. They created hysteria.
Yeah, exactly. Like they made it seem like if you were to get it, you were gonna die.
Yeah.
Like if you get COVID, you're gonna die.
You're gonna die.
It's not actually true.
No.
So it's like so stuff like that, and it's just it's really seedy, and it's just like, and you know, and then it's just really bad at the moment. Like and like I said, like it's really weird because I don't really get into politics. I don't really watch the news. I don't really care about a lot of things because there's like a thing. This entrepreneur guy, Gary. I don't know if you know him. Gary's.
What, Vaynerchuk?
Could be him, yeah. Is he quite short?
I don't know.
I remember, basically him, yeah. I think it's him, yeah. I remember him saying something about when Trump got elected as president, and he was like, yeah, but what's really going to change for your life? Like, what's really going to change? Like,
right.
How much of your life going to change? Like, do you know him? Does he know you? No. So, like, just keep doing what you're doing. And
that's exactly what happened with me. What? I was like, yeah. Sorry, yeah, go.
No, I was going to say, like, whatever government's been in, you're either going to get fucked over or not. Do you know what I mean? So, it's just like, you just got to keep doing what you're doing to the best of your abilities, like, and that's it. Like, I do feel sorry for Boris because I did like him. Like,
really?
Joker. Yeah, like I
You
think.
mean like how you like a clown?
Yeah, like he's just a waffling fool. Do you know what I mean? And like yeah, he's just like he's what is it? Like I did he was good for like Mayor of London because he did some good things as Mayor of London.
I just assumed that he was good at his job because he was mayor of London for like forever. So I was like, well, I have no reason to not assume that he's at least not doing a good job of that, whatever that is, because I don't really know what mayor of London's do. But like,
he was good Mayor of London, but because of the way he is, like he's a womanizer. You know what I mean? He's a womanizer. He's got loads of kids. Do you know what I mean? Like he's that kind of like
he's a British Trump, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And but he suits that. Like he doesn't suit as prime minister, and you can see like the way he's. Yeah, I don't know. Like I thought if there wasn't COVID, maybe it could have worked out for him. But he just doesn't look like he's recovered from COVID. Like he just looks fucked, mate. He just sits there like he doesn't know what's going on.
He's always looked like that, though.
Oh yeah, have you seen some old school photos of him?
No.
But that geezer's definitely on cocaine or something, man.
Oh yeah, probably.
Sitting there straight with for like a football team, and he's turned himself slightly, and he's pushed his chest out, and he's pulled a face. And it's like, wow. But I'll try and find a photo, and I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Boris is a madman, I'm telling you. But
yeah, he is.
Yeah, and he's like
he might actually be worse than Trump, in my opinion.
Worse than Trump?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just because this is what I'm saying. Like, Trump, first of all, isn't a politician.
Oh, yeah,
second of all, Trump, we've known Trump for like forever from the media, whatever. He's always showed who he is. What I never understood was people constantly acting shocked at Trump being Trump. I'm like, he's never once said anything or done anything that I'm like, I can't believe he did that. I'm like, I'm shocked it took him this long to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's not even, it's just like, you can't, like, it boggles my mind that people are like, oh my gosh, Trump is this, Trump is that. He gets into office and they're like, look, Trump's Trumping. And you're like, yeah, that's what he's going to do. Like, I don't understand the concept of people freaking out about him being him when he's been him his entire life and he's shown us who he is. And I get it's not presidential. I can fully agree with that, but I'm like, but you did know who he was, so why are you surprised that he's being him still? Like, it's just
But what is presidential though? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like it's.
Obama was extremely presidential.
There's like a certain decorum you got to have in it.
Yeah, Obama was extremely presidential.
Yeah, true, yeah. And then and Trump's coming. He's like white trash, isn't he? So it's like,
but I did enjoy. Sorry.
It just speaks his mind, didn't it? Like,
I enjoy the fact that he shook up the system the way it did, regardless of whether or not I agree with him or I even like the fact that he's president. Like, which I don't particularly, but I like the fact that it took someone like that to shock the system, and now they're like, mate, this is an issue. Because now people are like, because now it's just a popularity contest, and he's authentic, and it's just, when you get people like Kamala Harris, or Kamala, I don't know how to pronounce her name, and the way, like, it's, the way that she will do this, just how I hate phony, and she just oozes phony to me. Do you know what I mean? And it's the same with like a Boris or something like that, or a Biden. They just ooze phony, and it's like they don't understand the internet exists, because they'll get recorded saying something, and then when asked about it, they'll act as if they never said it. I'm like
when Biden said what he said to Charlemagne.
That was hysterical. That was hysterical because it was just so dumb.
If you're black, you know who to vote for.
If you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. That was so funny to me.
I was like, did you really just say that in an interview? Like, gee whiz, man. I was like, when I heard that, I was like, wow, this man. Like,
he got too comfortable, and he thought that he was like chilling, and then he said it, and then you could tell as soon as he said it, you could hear someone in the background be like, okay, that's enough, or something like that, scrambling, because they were like, what?
I think for a second though, I think he thought he was Obama. I honestly think he thought it was Obama for a split second.
Bro, that's hysterical.
Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that? Did I? Was it okay what I said? No, Biden, no, because
that's hysterical. He thought it was Obama for a second.
Yeah, that's not a very good thing to say to people. You know what I mean? And I suppose there was a story as well in it that the reason why Obama didn't endorse him in it, he endorsed Hillary instead in it because he said behind the scenes, suppose he said that Biden's got the tagline of always fucking things up.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, they wouldn't be surprised if Trump won because he'd fuck things up. And then when he made that line to Charlemagne, that's the fuck up. You know what I mean? It's like saying that stuff, like you're literally handing victories to Trump. And then when you constantly keep making mistakes, like it's not good, man, to keep making mistakes like that, man. Like, because you can affect people's lives like that. Like, bro, it's mad. And like, just everything about America is just shady, man. You know what I mean? Like, they're really in a bad way. Like, really bad. Really, it's really scary, man, to think about. Like, they are like a major force in the world. Yeah, and it could be going down the toilet, bro. Yeah, and they're literally crumbling in front of everyone's eyes, man. It's mad. Worst case scenario, we could be seeing the end of an empire. Yeah, man. History could be repeating itself. Yeah, you know what I mean, it's just like it's crazy. Mad. It's really crazy, man. Like it's like the Biden gaffes were like 6 months ago or a year ago. You're like, this is funny, and then you get closer, you're like, oh, that's alarming. And it's like, do you know what it was at the beginning? I thought about this today. The whole Biden thing was like, at the beginning, it was like, oh look, Grandpa's falling asleep. Oh, that's cute. And then now it's like, oh my God, Grandpa is driving the car and he could fall asleep at any moment. That is not someone you want behind the wheel of a nation, bro. That's a very good analogy there, but actually, to be fair. But yeah, you're exactly right, man. You're exactly right. Like, I think that's a scary thing because Joe Rogan mentioned about it recently. Yeah, it was like he said, because the guest he had on was like, oh, like America's fucked. Like, was it Bridget Fetisi? Yeah. She's worried about the youth of America and all this. Yeah. And he was like, hold on, it's not that bad. Like, there's not fucking people on their horses channeling down, throwing spears and all that. Like, it's not that bad. But yeah, we're bad. Like, it's bad. Dude, it's like, bad. It's like you've got like... Look at Portland. Yeah, I know, man. It's mad. Like, didn't they do like 100 days in a row of like... Yep. City on fire. Riots, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then they've got the bushfires. Just tearing away, man. Like it's crazy, man. Like, America's really tipping it. It is really on tipping point, man. Yeah, bro. That country is burning, bro. Yeah, like you know what I mean. You got Kanye West thinking he can run for presidency. Like, no, I think he was. I don't know. I feel he's going to release something soon. Yeah, he's going to release a new album, probably. Yeah. Right, that dude is. No, see that's the problem. This is the problem. I feel this was something we spoke about recently. Like this is my issue with the way modern society is going. Right. And it's not. It's not something I like. Yeah. The fact that people act like absolute fucking idiots. Right. On purpose to promote a message within to promote themselves, basically. Yeah. And it's like it started like with all reality TV. Like people would like sell their soul, bruv, to go on reality television to be famous. Like you've got no like you see people with no fucking GCSEs, no qualifications, stuff like that, talk like a fucking idiot. But they're like a multi-millionaire because they sold their life story on. They act like a dickhead, basically. Like I was literally about to say that. Yeah. But like bad people getting praised and like the good hard-working people just getting shunned out. Like, it's prime example with this government thing. You know, you with your neighbours, you're clapping for the NHS, clap. By September, snitch on your neighbours if they break the rule. Like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, it's just this whole notion of like, to get ahead of life, you should act like an arsehole, or you should say some outlandish, stupid shit. Yeah. Because your career is dying. Like the actor Lawrence Fox. Wait, who's that? Lawrence Fox. Yeah. Oh, basically, he's like a British actor, yeah? Yeah. And, he's a right prick, mate. He's just done like some mediocre TV shows, yeah? Like Midsummer Murders and shit like that, yeah? Oh, okay, yeah. And like, he's very political. and all this. Like, he's a proud British man, like Royal Britannia and all that balls, yeah.
Right, yeah.
And then like he was outspoken for like he made some racial racial slurs, I guess, on Question Time and all that. And he said like you know the film 1917.
Yeah.
Yeah, he criticised Sam Mendes for having Sikh soldiers in the British Army.
Why?
And he was like, oh, because Sikh army people were not in the British Army. They were all white people, basically. That's what he said, which wasn't true. But he's a proud Britishman. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then today he's got 2 tattoos on his hands saying "safe" and "freedom," I think. And like supposedly some Tories have donated £5 million to him to create a political party.
What?
I know, yeah. They've like supposedly donated £5 million to him to promote to make a political party because he speaks sense, supposedly, according to some people. He's an absolute tool. Like whatever he says, it's just like don't get me wrong though. He's got some shit on Twitter and social media, which is a bit he's a bit, you know what I mean? Like you don't need to say that kind of stuff.
Is he like what's that woman? Is it Katie something?
Well, Katie Hopkins.
Is he like her?
No, she's pure vile, isn't it? You know what I mean? But
she sounds, I don't really know that much about her, but she sounds retarded.
You know, someone's career has like died, and they're trying to like get popular again in mainstream.
Yeah,
that's what he's doing. Yeah. Okay, Hopkins, she's a fucking idiot. She is, man.
Yeah, she seems like a retarded person.
Yeah, she was like she hates people naming their kids after countries and all that, and her daughter's called India.
India.
Do you know what I mean? Like she's a tool. Like,
yeah, she.
Can't stand it, man. But yeah, and again, like it's just really like, yeah, I just don't like the way things are going, man. Like
same.
Just like that, like it just doesn't look good.
Doesn't look promising.
Really. Yeah.
Bro, I'm trying to work my way into millions so I can be on that spaceship to Mars with Elon Musk, bro. I'm trying to get off this planet, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that seems to be the only solution.
Yeah, exactly. Like exactly that, man. It's just like, you talk about people change the world and stuff like that. Like you got people like Elon Musk, who's actually like, yeah, he's a bit crazy, but he's actually doing something for people. Do you know what I mean? He's doing something good.
And he's doing stuff like this whole like, I see like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. I see that as a slightly less nefarious version of like the Clinton Foundation to me. Do you know what I mean?
I consider it the same. Both seedy, man.
Like
dodgy stuff going on.
It just seems. I'm like, what do they do?
Yeah, exactly. What do they actually do?
What do they actually do?
I would love to see what they actually spend their money on.
Yeah.
And what charity work do they actually do? You know what I mean? Like it's so like.
Speaking of charity, bro. Oh, that's so funny. Just came into my head. I think we talked about this briefly. Did you see the list that Dre's wife asked for? Dr. Dre's wife.
Oh yeah, was this like where she asked for $2 million a month? $2 million.
It's making crazy.
Yeah, that is someone taking the piss, man. Do you know what I mean?
She clearly was just trying to. Yeah, I think she was taking the piss. She was just like, I'm not even going to try.
Yeah, I didn't see the full list though. All I heard about was a spousal support, and he went.
Bro, it was hysterical. So this is from memory. I watched the episode yesterday on Flagrant 2 that they were talking about it. She asked for so it's $2 million a month. It was 100. So these are the things that she said she needed the money for, right?
Yeah.
$135,000 a month for clothes.
Hey.
Yep. $10,000 for laundry. If you're spending $135,000 on clothes, $135,000 dollars on clothes a month, throw them away or give them away. Why are you doing laundry? You're buying new clothes every month.
Yeah.
$10,000 on laundry.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. Yeah.
Edit. What was it? This is a funny one. $900,000 a month for entertainment. We're in lockdown. What costs $1 million a month to keep you entertained?
And what does entertainment mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, what does my entertainment can be completely different to someone else's entertainment. Like, what is she doing, bro, for $1 million a month?
$1 million. I no idea, bro. Buying people? I don't know.
Yeah, oh man, that's crazy, man. Dang.
70,000 a month on education. And on Flagrant, they were talking about this, and Akash was just like, "Yo, are you buying Harvard for 70,000 a month? That's like 625,000 a year." And it was just like, if you're getting $2 million a month, you don't need education. You've made it. You're getting $24 million a year for free, essentially.
Yeah.
Why would you need to be in education?
That is mental. Is that for her or for the kids?
Well, these are just the demands that she made. I assume it's for whatever. It was called spousal support, is the umbrella she put it under, whatever that is.
Yeah, and Dre was like, nah, that's not happening. Because on top of that, he paid for stuff anyway for her already.
Apparently, he even signed a prenup, or she signed a prenup.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, he got fucked. I bet he's regretting signing the Apple deal now, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Bro. Oh, that isn't even the worst of it, bro. There's still. What was the other one? Oh yeah, there was two other ones that were insane. $125,000 a month for charity.
Hey? Oh my days. Yeah.
You want him to give you money to give people money.
Charity. Yeah.
What? How does that even logically make sense in your mind? Also, you want $125,000 a month for charity, but $900,000 to entertain yourself. You're a trash human for that. Like, what? How does that make sense to you? And then the best one for email, and I think you said email and phone, like cell phone, $20,000 a month. What internet costs you 20 grand a month? Since when? First of all, this isn't even like. Wait, who pays for email?
Yeah, I didn't know you pay for email.
First of all, you don't. Who pays for email? And even if you're talking about like the interwebs, bro, 20 grand.
Yeah,
a month. Are you building a server in your house?
Yeah. Oh man, that's mental, man. That is
crazy. It's crazy.
But you know what? Though? I love seeing like celebrity divorce settlements, though. Or, like,
I'm not gonna lie,
because like it's so funny to me. Like Mel Gibson's, man, his was a joke, bruv. I didn't realise, Mel Gibson back in the day, he was worth $800 million.
Yeah, he was almost a billionaire, and he had to give half of it away.
Yeah, and he lost $400 million, man.
Yep.
Oh man,
that still pales in comparison to Bezos. That still pales in comparison. Bezos had to give $40 billion. She became one of the richest, not just women, one of the richest people.
60.
Sorry?
Mad, isn't it? I thought it was 64 billion.
64?
Yeah, I thought it was that, man. Yeah.
I thought it was 40.
Oh, it's something in that region.
Either way, she became one of the richest people on the planet through divorce.
Yeah, and he was literally like, yeah, man, she's literally on the share. That's just mad, yeah? And then she threw a dig at Bezos, innit? Because she was like, oh, I'm going to give most of my money away to charity.
Oh, yeah, she did. She gave away, like, however much she got. I think she gave away at least half of it. Because, to be fair, what do you need? She understands, I don't need this amount of money.
No, man, you don't need it, no.
Also, sorry, I was going to say, this has been the best. Like, I've never seen anybody's. Now, so he lost 40 billion or 60 billion or whatever it was to her the end of last year.
Yeah.
A couple months later, he was basically back to the same net worth. At the beginning of the pandemic, he was worth, 125 billion? He's now worth 200 billion. In 6 months, he's made almost $100 billion.
Yeah, man. Him.
What is happening?
Yeah, him, Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg, between them, have made nearly $200 billion in the last 6 months.
What is happening?
Yeah, them three are the only people right now to be in the 100 billions brackets. That's mental.
Wait, Elon Musk and Zuckerberg are now 100 millionaires.
Yeah.
I mean billionaires. Sorry.
Yeah. Elon Musk went after he flew the space shuttle. Yeah, like a few weeks after that. Yeah, he's worth like $108 billion now.
These aren't real numbers, bro. These aren't real numbers.
Do you see Apple though? How much money they lost in one day as well?
No.
the company lost 40 billion. I think it was in one day, and then people were like, "Oh, don't be too worried. The company's worth 2 trillion. Like, don't worry about it. Like, it's fine. It happens. Like, it's nothing to them. Like, how can you be worth so much money that you lose 40 billion and it doesn't even bother you? Like, it's one of those things, man, isn't it? Don't worry about it.
Right,
this is crazy, man.
Like, this
crazy.
is we're living in like this isn't. Is this real life? That's what it feels like to me, bro. Like, when you start, like, these are like made up. Like, the people can't. A normal person can't even fathom that. Like, a lot of people don't understand what a billion is. Like, they'll be like, I think a lot of people think a billion is like what 100 million is. So they're like, it's like a million times 100. No, that's 100 million. A billion is 1,000 millions.
Yeah.
So to put that into perspective, those lot who are now worth hundreds of billions are now worth 100,000 million.
That's mad, isn't it?
That's not real. That's like, what? Yeah. That's not real. That is insane. It would take you 1,000 lifetimes to spend that amount of money.
Yeah. Isn't there like, wasn't there a thing about the difference between spending $1 million to $1 billion?
Yeah.
Is like,
so
is it a million? Is it 7 days?
So $1 million, you can spend. So the one that I know is 1 million seconds is 1 million seconds is 11 days. 1 billion seconds is 39 years.
Oh yeah. That's it. Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's the difference. And we're just talking seconds. So So 1 million seconds is 11 days. 1 billion seconds is 39 years. It's like, what does that? You can't comprehend that when you translate that into money.
Nah, that's mad. That is absolutely crazy, man. It's oh man,
Bro, Bezos could literally spend $1 million a day, and he's like, at the end of the year, he probably makes more in flipping what do you call it, in interest. That probably just covers his interest that he's made in the year. So he could literally spend $365 million in a year and be like,
nothing. Yeah, be like, oh, it's cool, mate. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah,
bro,
it's mad.
These numbers are just it's like, it's just not even. It's so hard to comprehend when you get to that level.
Yeah, it's something I want to achieve now. I'm telling you. Dang, just to see that type of money in your account. Ooh,
I used to think I wanted to do that, but I don't know if I want to be a billionaire anymore. No. That's a bit crazy. But like,
look at Mark Zuckerberg. Look how crazy he looks now, man.
I was saying this to my sister the other day when I did the first podcast, bro. That dude is not normal.
Did you see him on the hoverboard thing in Hawaii?
No.
Fucking Tuka, he looks like an alien. He doesn't look real.
That's exactly what I said to her. I was like, this dude is an alien.
He's normal skin color, yeah, and then he's got sun cream, yeah, on his face.
Oh, I have seen that.
He's got so much on his white. He looks like an alien. He looks like iRobot. He looks like a robot from iRobot.
Yeah,
he looks like he's been turned on. He's crazy, man. He's crazy. Like, he's nuts, man. He's a seedy person, man. He's a seedy person.
He is
not like Mark Zuckerberg, man. Dude, can't stand him.
He is what I imagine an alien comes down to Earth and tries to act like a human being. That's what Zuckerberg is. He acts like what he thinks human beings act like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Elon Musk is the same, but at least he makes a good go at it. Do you know what I mean?
That was my exact argument.
Yeah, but Mark Zuckerberg though, he literally cannot have a conversation with people. He literally just walks. Man, how can you can speak better Mandarin than English? It's mad. And a man can speak fluent Mandarin, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you ask him a simple question, he's like, it's like, have you got a virus in your brain? Is anything going wrong? Like, you hardwired. Like, what's going on? Like, it's scary, man. Like, and it's just
he's a scary individual.
Thing, like, you know, and that's again like the thing here where he's like, he's taken something so innocent, like social media or Facebook, yeah.
Yep.
Because come on, like Facebook, he only created Facebook was just to spy on girls, man, to rape girls. That's all he did it for, innit? You know what I mean? Like, that's all he did it for. Because he got stood up because he's a wiener. Yeah, he did it to basically just rate girls.
Yeah.
I said rape, by the way, not rape. Rape.
Oh, okay. I was like, yo, Sammy's going
I didn't say
bro.
Rape, I said rape. Sorry, no, I said rape.
Yeah, with a T, not with a P. Okay, got you.
yeah, yeah. Not the one that can get you like in prison for 7 years. Just rape. Sorry,
bro. Oh, mate.
That's what he did it for. And then now it's like it can literally like he can traffic like political propaganda to vote for certain parties. Like,
yeah,
mental. Like it's mental, man. Like it's like the the new iOS iPhone, the 14.
Yeah.
Which basically turns your iPhone into an Android phone, basically.
Really?
With like the whole layout and all that.
Oh.
Do it. It goes like an Android phone. But basically, they've got like a feature on it now where if it will notify you if apps are listening into your conversations or viewing what you're doing. It will bring up a yellow dot on your phone.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's mad. And I was like, but then I was like, yeah, but are people shocked by this? But we knew this a long time ago that apps listen to what you do. Like Apple were the first people to do it, bro. That's why you block out the fucking web camera on the Macs.
Oh yeah.
They know you're watching you, bro. That's why when you go on social media, you've spoken about something. You go on social media.
Oh, the ad comes up straight away.
You have an advert for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, if people are that naive to think that you're literally not getting watched by your phone or anything like I've got an Alexa, yeah, and it'll randomly go off during the night and saying, I can't find that at the moment for you. Please ask again later. I was like, motherfucker, I was asleep. What have I asked for? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, what is going on? Like, yeah, man, it's like social media is like, it's just a really bad drug.
Oh yeah, it's the worst one.
Yeah, and it's yeah, man, it's just really bad. Like, it affects so many people as well. Like, it's just, yeah, man, it's just so bad. Like, and it's just like it's so funny with me as well. Like, you always like if people go by their life on social media and just look at social media on people, like, you're never going to see the bad bits. You're always going to see the good bits, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like no one's going to put the bad days they had on social media. You know, are you? Do you know what I mean? You're always going to put the good days. And it's just like, that's why I just don't bother using social media. It's just so fake, man.
It's bro, I went on Instagram yesterday and just like scrolled through just to see what's going on. And I logged into it and I instantly was bored. I was so bored. I was like, nothing about this excites me at all.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I realized what it was like, because I use it for work. Like, it's not like, I don't use it as a social tool. Like, I enjoy socializing in real life. I always have done. It's why I just don't ever really, the irony of that is it's why I don't really like phone conversations. Like, I hate phone conversations because it's just like, I'd much rather just save this conversation for when we see each other. But it's different with someone like you or like Maya, who it's a lot harder for me to come see you guys, for us to meet up or whatever. You being in London, Maya being in Edinburgh. Was it in Edinburgh? I think she did. So it's just like, whenever we do have a phone chat, I'm down to have a 2-3 hour phone chat. But if it's just someone that I can just get on walk to go see you, it's just like, I don't know. I don't really enjoy phone conversations. Also, I feel like it's just a waste of time. Like, I don't want someone to call me just to like, just to chat. It's get off my phone.
Yeah, I'm completely the same. Like, for me, the reason I don't like phone conversations is because I feel like when you have a phone conversation, like, you can't read the room. You know what I mean? Like, you get and also people seem to hold back on phone conversations as well. Or it's the opposite way. They fucking let loose more on a phone conversation because you can't see them face to face.
Yeah.
I mean, whereas me, I'd rather have a phone face-to-face conversation because I can be more animated and the conversation can flow more and I'm more hands-on and just
like you're saying, the energy's there as well. Like, I want to be looking at you when I'm talking to you.
Yeah, with a pint in hand.
You know it.
But that's exactly how I like to have a chat. Like, I hate phone conversations. Like, I'd rather you just text me, get to the point, and that's it.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I hate a phone because people just build up to it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I have zero tolerance for like chit chat.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I can't stand it, and it's just like I use headphones now, innit, because I hate holding my phone up to my ear.
Same.
I'm just like,
same.
What is going on, bruv? You, please, man, you keep talking. Yeah, no voice. And then I just get to the point where I'm just like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Exactly.
And it's really bad, and it's like, you shouldn't be like that, because, you know, you don't know what's
happening. Social etiquette and all that, but whatever. Like, get off my phone after a while. Yeah,
exactly. And it's just like, but with some people, like exceptions, like you, or people like people I can't see on the regular, like,
exactly.
I'll have a phone call. But like, the thing is, we have conversations. Like, it's not just like the same thing. It's something different.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's always like there's always something to talk about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We don't just talk about garbage for like 3 hours. There's actual substance to a conversation. So it's not like, it's not just, hey, how's it going? So the other day I was at work, right? And like, bruv.
Oh my God, I went to Starbucks. Like, fuck
it's
that
like,
shit, you know what I mean?
I don't
anyway.
care. Bro, when was the last time I had Starbucks? To be fair, I don't even go coffee shops in general.
Ah, man, what am I? I ain't no East hipster, man. What do you mean go to a coffee shop? I'll buy my coffee in and have it at home.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, yeah, we got an espresso now. Talking about chit chat. That's funny.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it is actually.
Well, I can top drop you. I've got a NutriBullet.
Fucking that. What's that?
That's it. A NutriBullet is a blender. That's all it is, man. Yeah.
Bruv, that's funny. Oh wait.
I will tell you something funny though. I did have a coffee machine. But it's like one of those like filter ones.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, and what was it? I left it on all day. And I fucking burnt the coffee granules in the paper.
Yeah.
And I was like, I completely ruined it. It was mashed. I was like, oh, that's a waste of money. Deuces, see you later, chuck that out. I was like, great.
Bro.
How that was. Yeah, that was bad, yeah. So, I'm really bad, like, that's why I'm always told, I can't have nothing nice. Because I always break it.
Yeah, I'm the same. Except for I'm like that with people. I just break people. I can't have anything nice, bruv.
I don't know how you can take that, mentally or physically.
Mentally, bruv. That's hysterical, though. Mentally, bro. I'm too intense, bruv, and I'm too just like. Do you know what it is? I figured out what it is about me, which is why I feel like it's a miracle that I have people like you in my life, which just accept it. It's just like I don't want anything from anyone. Do you know what I mean? So I'm really happy to give out the love. Like I'm a very like loving person, and I'm always just like I always want to tell people how amazing they are if they're amazing and stuff like that. But when I reciprocate that and get that back, I'm like cool. I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. I just don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. No. Also, like you are like a realist as well. Like in a sense that you say what it is. You know what I mean? Like you say how things are. And you know nowadays people can't take it. You know what I mean? Like
that is true.
Like, people can't take it. People are so like wrapped up in bubble wrap now. All softy, nicey, nice.
Right.
You can't say nothing bad anymore because you might hurt their feelings.
You might hurt. Since when was that an issue, bruv?
I know. What snowflake generation? I know.
Yeah, bruv. Like I can't like the idea of someone getting their feelings hurt is like a cardinal sin now, and I'm like, what? Bruv, the amount of abuse we used to say, the kind of crazy stuff we used to say to each other as kids, and we were just like, yes, we understood. That even if someone meant it, it was just like you would have like at school and someone said something crazy to this, like say someone had some sort of like deformity or something, they'd bring it up. It's ammunition, and people would just be like, "Oh, you're gonna let that? You're gonna let that go? You're gonna let that go?" Like nowadays, you tell someone that that I don't agree with your, I don't. It's not even an insult. someone says something about, I don't know, some politician. It might not even be a politician. Let's just say a celebrity. Someone says something about a celebrity, how they're like a celebrity, and then I'm just like, yeah, they're a douchebag. They'll literally have meltdown over something as stupid as that. It's like, what is happening?
It's mad. It's just that whole. It just makes like free thought and free speech just goes out the window because you can't say what you want anymore because you face the risk of getting publicly scrutinized.
Yeah.
Your job. It's like
sorry, yeah.
Shit like that. It's bad, you know.
I agree, but I absolutely will not weaponize. I'll utilize my race to my advantage so much. So like just being black or whatever, I'll just say it and then just knowing that people aren't going to say nothing because I'm black.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, all right, fine, whatever, and I'll just keep going and going and going, and just to see where the line is. Because
I know what you mean. Yeah,
like I post. Well, I don't post crazy stuff, but like in fact, I've never really posted that much of crazy stuff. I went back to 2014 on my Facebook, just being like, bro, what have I ever said anything crazy, just to see for when they come for me, because it's probably going to happen. And I was like, I've never really said anything that bad. Like, and I was actually shocked. I thought I said stuff way worse than I had. It's probably because I think it a lot, and I learned how to have a filter in it.
Yeah. But then when you've had 5 beers, that's all.
Bro, that's the issue, bro.
Yeah. That's all what goes, man. As soon as you've had 5 beers, that's it, bro.
As soon as I've had a beer. As soon as I've had a beer, I'm just like...
Yeah, beer probably, yeah. Loosey-goosey.
Bruh, do you know what it is?
Yeah.
I'm not even, like, obviously it's not to this extreme, but it's that, like, the beginning of, what is it? Cadabra Freestyle by Abracadabra. It's not that bust my gun thing, but it was just like, don't think that calm, think about that after. As soon as I've had a drink, that's my mentality. Yeah, think about that after, mate. Like, I'll just say it.
yeah, exactly, yeah, like, it's man, it's a good way to be it's just free speech, isn't it, man? It's just saying what you think, innit, man?
I'd rather ask for forgiveness than permission. Well, that sounded crazy after saying what I just said. But do you know what I'm saying? That sounded mad. But like, do you know what I'm saying? Like me saying something that people might not necessarily agree with politically, I'd much rather just say it and then have the backlash. And then if I think about it, I'm like, do you know what? I probably shouldn't have said it. I probably shouldn't have said it. Do you know what I mean? But I'd much rather do that than have to self-censor myself all the time. Because I got to a point of that around 2016, 2017. Yeah, it was after the election. It was probably 2017, 2018. And I just found myself constantly, I would type in something on Facebook and then I would spend a couple minutes looking at it and then I'll just delete it and I'm like, nah, it's not worth it. And now, do you know what it is? My Facebook to me is like a blog. So I post whatever I want on there and it's for me to go back and be like, if I see a dope song, I'll post a video. If I hear like a quote that I really like, I'll post that. If I watch them and I'm like, it's hilarious and I have a quote from that, I'll just say whatever. If I have an opinion about something, I'll just say it, just so that, because I write constantly, like I have 3 notebooks, I have my phone and whatever, but if I'm just on my computer, I'll just do it and my first go-to is just, let me just put it on Facebook so then I don't forget. And a lot of the time it will be something crazy. And I've noticed nobody responds to anything I say anymore.
yeah.
But I like it like that.
Yeah, it's just that thing of like, you're just literally saying what you're thinking, innit? And I think, it's nothing. I've noticed, it's definitely, your Facebook's definitely a blog. It's just like random stuff, like bang. And it's like,
yeah, don't expect a response or anything. I'm just putting it out there because I want to put it out there, and it's like I don't look for engagement in my face in any of my social media. That's why I don't use them anymore. Like, I really want to get rid of Instagram, but I'm just like, I'll keep it for in case at one point it might come in useful and I don't have to redo another one. So I'll just keep it. But I mean, I just haven't really been on Instagram in 2 years. I mean, like, I'll use it and I'll try and redo it. But I noticed probably from the end of or the middle of last year, I would post something and then I wouldn't post again for another 2 months. Then I'll post something again, I won't post again and I'm like, why do I have this? I have it as just a means of something to say to people if I don't want to give them like my phone number or something, I'll just give them my Instagram. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
like I use my I use my Instagram just for like health benefits for me. So like if I want to like do like a new like workout or something,
right?
I follow people just like, oh, I can do that, or
right, yeah,
like stuff for like meditation and stuff like that. I'll follow certain people.
Yeah, that's kind of
like, oh yeah,
that's kind of how I used it as well. It's just like it's a work thing for me. It wasn't about like I'm not about putting my personal life online.
Oh no, yeah, fuck that.
Like,
fuck that.
I don't understand why. The only part of my personal life I'll ever really put online, which I did at one point and probably will still do now, is just like about fashion, like my outfits. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just some really dumb thing like that that doesn't really give away anything other than just like I like clothes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, yeah, I wouldn't put anything about my private life, like
nothing meaningful.
Anyone, unless I told you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like I can't stand it, man. People taking photos. Oh, fuck right off, mate. Oh, let's do a selfie. No, let's just enjoy the moment.
That's what I said on your birthday, bro. I went through my computer and I was like, we don't have any photos together. Like, I have quite a few of you that I took of you when we first moved into the house in like the first year of the flat or whatever. But I was like, we don't have any photos together. And I was like, do you know what? That's dope. Because we were too busy living the experiences and not thinking about, oh, we should take a photo right now. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. We were just enjoying a moment, hanging out. Do you know how weird it would be? Yeah, like we'd be having fun, like be talking, having an in-depth conversation, and you'd be like, "Oh, let's do a selfie." And I'll be like, "What? No, man, let's don't do that." I'll be like, "What are you doing?" You know what I mean? Like, I just can't stand that. It's just like, again, it's like that notion of like people need to showcase what they're doing.
Yeah.
For approval.
But yeah, for approval.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't care that you've gone to the park on a date. I do not care, mate. Like,
yeah, that's the weirdest thing.
Enjoy the sunset. I don't need to see that sunset. Like, I don't care. Like, it's you know what I mean? It's just like, it's just that notion of like, just enjoy the moment because you'll regret it, man. Like, you'll regret it. Like, that's why like, I tend to go for girls that don't use social media or don't really use their phones.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm there for there. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's so much better because then at least you know, like, they're there for you. Like, they're not just on their phone fucking.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
like a lot of people,
stand it, man.
A lot of people will like choose like how they view the person that they might be dating or whatever. A lot of it nowadays, I can't remember where I heard this. It was definitely off most of the things that I think of. I will say usually from podcasts that I've heard, and then I'll just go on a tangent with my brain and start thinking about it. But like, they was talking about how people nowadays, a lot of it is they choose their partner based on how good they'll look together on social media. There's something that's so warped about that to me.
Yeah, that's so sad, man. Like, it's just like, so you don't care if they're like a nice person. Like, are they gonna like beat the shit out of you? You know what I mean? Like anything like that.
Right.
Oh, no, we look good. We look good on social media, so it's good, innit?
Like, yeah, I'm like, how is that?
I can't stand.
How is that a relationship?
I know, man. It's mad. Yeah, like what I can't stand is like when people fucking like, I'm so hungry. Order food. I'm like, oh wait, let me take a photo first. Wait, let me photo. And then, oh man, that annoys me, man. But yeah, like that whole thing of like, it doesn't surprise me, man. That's the 21st century, man. Does not surprise me. Yeah. Oh, that person looks good on the camera. Yeah, let's date. Oh no, actually, they're a piece of shit. Do you know what I mean? But no, we still look good though, so it's okay. It's just superficial shit, man, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, it's just
like you're saying, it's scary where we're heading.
Oh yeah, it's you can see it, man. You can see it more clearly now.
Yeah,
like, you can see where it's going. Like, it's bad, man. It's not good.
It's not good at all.
There's no positives. You can't take any positives from this year. Like, this year's just gone. You know what? It just feels like. What? It just feels that everyone's had enough. That everyone's had enough. Yes. And they're just going to do what they think. And they're just going to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just.
That's exactly what it feels like. It feels like everyone's at the end of their tether. Yeah,
they're just worn out and tired. Like, some of it's positive. Like, the Black Lives Matter movement, that's positive, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's good.
Yeah.
But then again, it crosses over to something else, and it's just like you're starting to lose the message because now.
That's my biggest issue about it.
Yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's happening, bro. Like you're turning the message to, like, do you see some of like, the Black Lives Matter protesters in America? where they were like,
right.
they went up to these people having dinner.
Bro, and they were like
shouting
screaming in their face.
They wouldn't put a hand up.
Yeah. I was like, I loved that dude who was just like, get out of my face. No, I'm not going to do it. You don't want to force me into this.
Yeah, like, I'm having dinner with my wife. Like, what do you want about? Like, why is the aggressee becoming the aggressor now? Like, what's going on? Like,
right, that's the whole point. I've been writing about this, but people don't want to really read that. So, but but like,
and it's like what's it? Like John Boyega.
What happened with him?
He come under fire, didn't he? Because he did that speech in Hyde Park, innit? And everyone was like, oh, it was really nice, yeah. And then he did an article about Disney, about the role he had in the Star Wars films.
Oh, right, okay.
Like how they made it look like he was more important than he actually was. Like he was going to be an important part in the films, and he wasn't.
Not at all.
It was a side part. Yeah, and then like he's talking about because he's black, he was used for that reason. Yeah,
probably.
And then all the people commented and saying, yeah, but you still accepted the paychecks though, mate.
You're not wrong.
You still went to the bank and took all that money. So I don't see why you're. And also with Disney, they're taking over the fucking world. I think there's a lot of people piss off right now. Do you know what I mean? So
Disney are terrifying, bro.
Yeah, like it's mad. Like I understand people got a message, but don't lose it. Don't lose the message, man. Keep going. Like don't turn it into something else, man. Because then you lose that audience. You lose
you lose the potential support, because you start off with message A, and then a few miles down the road you're like, well, actually we could also incorporate this. And I have no issue with people adapting the message, but when it's this warped, you're like, and it's this decentralized, like people don't even know what it is anymore. Like
exactly. Like it was so powerful and so touching to see, like all the process, like all the peaceful process in like London and all that kind of stuff. Like people and around the world as well. Like people fighting for equality. All that. It's so good. It's so nice to see, especially in a world especially in a world in turmoil with this virus, this pandemic. We should be appreciating people and that more. We should be appreciating our families more.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what's going to happen. And it was so nice to see people
come together.
To go that way. Like, and now it just seems to have like the messages just seem to.
It just seems to be burn it down now, and I'm like, burn what down? Burn who? Like what? I don't like. Who is this aimed at? What is your goal? Like, what are you trying to do?
It went from like tearing the statues down of slave owners to then saying you can't sing Rule Britannia no more.
Oh my god!
And it's just like, look, man, I'm all for equality, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm all for that.
Yeah, me of all people. Yes.
It's Samuel, just that, don't get the message confused. Like, don't take all that hard work you've done away from yourself. Like what Anthony Joshua said. He come under fire. He said that you should only shop in black-owned shops. That's it. Like, no. And I was like,
understand the point of saying that. I mean, exactly, I think I understand what he's trying to say, but that's a really dumb way of saying what he's trying to say. He's trying to say what I think he's trying to say.
That's what people said. Like, I understand what you're trying to say. I understood what he's trying to say. No.
Support. He's basically saying support your culture, not your culture. Support your community. Yeah, fully agree.
That's what he should have said. Support your local community. Yeah.
Yeah. End it there.
Yeah, he didn't say that, and it come across really wrong. And it's and then it was like, it's just bad, man. Like it's just it's just I don't know, man.
Everybody's trying to be an activist.
When celebrities get political, it never works.
Jeez, Mary, bro. Yeah, they go from actor to activist, and it's just horrific.
It never works, man, because it's like they're wrapped up in a bubble. That's not the real world. And
also, they're actors, bro.
Yeah,
they what? Because you memorized some lines of an ancient person who might have actually been some philosopher. You now in your head think you're a philosopher. No, that's what you do for a living. You pretend to be other people. You're not actually that person. Like, what's happening?
Exactly, and it's just like that's what like, it's like that's what cost like Hillary Clinton in the last election. You've got all these celebrities who are not like relatable to normal people. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're a multi-millionaire, bro, living in a mansion. What's he gonna do for me? He's unemployed, and I've got 2 kids to feed. Like, why are you telling me to vote for a president? No, I'm not gonna vote. You know what I mean? Like, you just get this drift.
Right.
I hate this, and I hate this thing. Yeah, like, it seems to happen. Yeah, like, whatever happens in America, 2 years later, it happens in this country.
Yeah, drifts over to here.
Yeah, like, when the fuck did celebrities become so politically you've got like Alec Baldwin impersonating Trump on Saturday Night Live, and now you've got
Matt Lucas doing Boris
Johnson on a fucking baking show. Why are you making it political for, bro, on a baking show?
Bro, I saw that and I was like, first of all, mad late. Second of all, like, why is this on this show?
Exactly, like, it's a baking show, a show to take people's mind off what's going on in this shit show of a world.
Right.
And now you've made it more. Now you've made it political about Boris Johnson. It's just that agenda, like that left wing agenda. And it's just exactly what we're doing, exactly in this country, what America's doing with Trump, just victimizing. It's just all that nonsense all the time. Like that Kai Sturmer, whatever his name is, the Labour leader. He ain't innocent. He ain't innocent. Do you know what I mean? Like he's a nut job as well, bruv.
It's just become this whole idea of, in order to, like, if I can't, no, it's become the aim of the game isn't to win, it's to make sure that my opponent doesn't win, which is 2 totally different things.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah. I wrote something yesterday, different things, and I was just like, we're now at a point where it's not about, people are telling you that it's not about voting for what you want. It's about making sure the opposition
doesn't get in.
Yeah, is harmed the most. And I'm like, that is not a message that should be resonating with people. In order to get what you want, you have to demand the things you want. To say, I don't want that person to have this, how does that help you? You're just saying what you don't want that other person to have.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like the political message from Biden is, I don't even know what his message is.
His message is, I'm not Trump, which was the same as
Trump.
Yeah, and that was the same as 2016. The message was, I'm not Trump. Like, this is what I'm saying. They don't seem to understand that the internet exists, and it's like, they can't see that they're running on the exact same campaign that they did 4 years ago, and with the same narrative of, but Trump won't be able to defeat Biden because, and I'm like, you're saying all the same reasons. Bro, the whole tax thing as well, that was hysterical to me. It was this was another one thing where they were like, look, Trump's being Trump. It wasn't even Trump being Trump this time, it's just Trump being a rich person. And not even being a rich person. Any sane person wants to pay less in taxes. The rich figured out a way to pay less in taxes, basically zero. So if you're going to scold Trump for doing what every rich person does, be mad at the system and the fact that they can get away with essentially evading tax.
Exactly. Was that actually a true story then? Because I thought it was all fake.
Oh, what, Trump? Yeah, Trump apparently paid $750 in taxes or something like that. And I was like, bruv, to be honest, I'm impressed. Like, I'm not going to lie. I was like, respect. That's the aim of the game, no? Pay as little in taxes as possible.
$750?
Yeah. My man claims to be a billionaire and is paying $750 in taxes.
Man, that's mad. That is mad.
It's so absurd. It's just I just have to laugh. I'm like, that's so crazy. But it's just the reason why I laugh. Yeah, the reason why I laugh is because it's like you're making him the poster boy of what any person who earns probably over 100,000 does. No, over 1 million. Anybody who's a millionaire does that exact same thing. Yeah, everybody who's a millionaire does that exact same thing.
Yeah. That's why British millionaires moved to Monaco.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, he's in Switzerland. Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as he got those big bucks, he was like, "Deuces, bro. I ain't paying no tax."
Yeah. Is that the richest British man to live in the UK is now moved to Monaco, and he's worth 18 billion. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he's moved to Monaco. I ain't paying for no tax. Deuces. James Dyson did the exact same thing.
Right.
Yeah. I'm leaving. See you later, mate.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable, man. Yeah. You're right though. Like
it's what every person wants. The idea that like you're screaming about how. Also, this just doesn't help your argument as well. You're saying that the rich should be paying more taxes, which fine. But I mean, then you're asking for a tax of like, this is in America mostly, like 70, 80%. And I'm like, first of all, you're saying that because you don't have that kind of wealth. And then you're claiming the reason they have that wealth is because they stole it. I'm like, that is not the way to go about it. If you want people to pay more taxes, fine. Come up with a reasonable way to talk about it. I think our tax system is crazy, to be honest. Like, I fully understand. I don't necessarily agree. I'm not mad at people wanting the rich to pay more in taxes, because I feel like I would be like, I'm that person I'm very honest with that kind of stuff. So if I earn that amount of money, I feel like I would be that person who wants to pay my fair share in taxes. But I'm sure if any person, if you get to 100,000, that's, I don't really want to pay this, but blah, blah, blah. Try getting to 100 million, bro. Try getting to 10 billion, bro. Yeah. Say you make, let's just say, for instance, there is certain differences within people. For instance, like the Wall Street people, they should have all their money confiscated. They are 100% all crooks. They should all be in prison. Fully agree with that one. But let's just say some person, they work their ass off. They own a company. They are worth 50 million. They have a company. They worked their entire life to get it. What if they say they've made 50 million and then all of a sudden in America it's 50%? You think I want to give the government 25 million that I've just made? Nah, not doing it.
Especially when it's going towards shit stuff like here.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If you were to give me a list of where my taxes go, or even better, I have a solution. Okay, I will say yes, I will pay what I feel is necessary to be paid in taxes. But every year you give me a balance sheet and I dole out the percentages, say it's 25%, and I will put, say, 5% here, 5%, and I choose where my taxes go.
Yeah. For sure, for real, man. Yeah, because it's bullshit. It's like there's they want to bail out smaller football clubs in the country.
Okay. Yeah.
And like instead of getting the Premier League to do it, like to give money to smaller clubs to help them keep afloat, they're taxing us to pay for it.
Bruv.
And it's like, yeah, but hold on, the Premier League's worth £100 billion. Why can't they just pay for it? You know what I mean? Like, it's just bullshit. Like, stuff like that pisses me off.
Yeah, it's things like that.
I can see why people leave the country because they don't want to pay. Like here is 50% tax. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's worth over 100. I think it's
over 100,000, I believe.
Yeah, 100,000 is 50% tax.
50%. That's so insane to me. That's so insane to me. That how can anybody? That's just like I'm saying. That's just a common sense thing that I feel like anybody would be. When you get to that certain level and you're making a decent amount of money, why would you then want to give half of what you've earned back to the government? Like anybody is going to go out of their way to try and find the way to pay as little as they can in taxes. Which why when you're like self-employed, or whatever, you have all these write-offs. You write off as much as possible because that's the game.
It's mad, man. Yeah, it's mad. Like, could you imagine working your ass off for 100 grand a year and then half of it goes, bruv? And it's on like shit that doesn't even benefit you either. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, do you know what I mean?
I'll be like, nah, mate, nah, I'm moving. See you later.
Yeah, like you're giving, and let's just say that you are a super, super honest person. You are the CEO of a company. It's a pretty big company, but let's say you're getting, because I think once you start getting to millions a year, that's kind of like, if it's shares, that's different. But if you're just earning, say, like 10 million a year, I think that's excessive to pay anybody that amount of money. But let's just say you are the CEO of, let's just say, Tesco England, because Tesco have a bunch, blah, 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 and they're paying you 10 million a year to be CEO of Tesco England or whatever. Yeah, you're not gonna wanna give, or maybe, no, I don't know if that's a good example, but let's just say that one. And then you get paid 10 million. You really want to give 5 million of that away, and then knowing that they're gonna, at the next financial crisis, bail out the banks with it. Like, what?
Exactly, yeah.
No, I'm keeping my money.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, that's why, like, yeah, it's mad, man. Like, could you imagine? Wow, I'll be pissed.
Bruv.
Oh no, half of it's gone, mate. And what? Oh, taxes. Hey, what? What does that do for me? You ain't doing nothing for me, mate. Like, no, it's crazy, man. Yeah, that's why, like, you know, it's like this whole thing, like that's why, like, yeah, it's just that weird. It's just that weird notion, man. It's just really weird. Like, it's just so seedy, man. It's just, and then, like, again, like you said, though, it's making Trump the poster boy for paying taxes. Like, again, if you just woken up and smelled a coffee that
every rich person does that.
Everyone does it, man. Every rich person does it. Like, I don't understand why you're so shocked about that. Like,
it's not even actually, you don't even actually have to be that rich. Anybody who's self-employed will go out of their way to write off everything so that they pay as little as they can in taxes.
Jimmy Carter did, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Like, if you can do it, you will do it. Do you know what I mean? So,
wasn't there a politician really recently, maybe 2018, who was writing off something like 100,000 or something like that a year in taxes, and it was basically a mortgage on a second home?
Oh, he was a Tory. Yeah,
and he was like that. He was like, and he was like, I need to write it off because I don't live here, but this is my second house, so that I can get to whatever it was. But yeah, he was basically writing off like $100,000 a year for a second home, bro. Like, what?
That's mad.
That's so mad.
Yeah.
And it's just, it comes.
I think he was. Oh yeah, he's a really posh geezer.
Of course he is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 2 houses. Yeah. And he never used the second house, innit?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, I need to sell it off." Yeah. It's it's mad. Yeah, we paid for that.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like Sadiq Khan. I can't stand that fucker.
Yeah.
Sadiq Khan. Like, what was it? He was like, we should. He said people shouldn't use. I know, he said public transport is very safe to use. This during the pandemic, yeah. Public transport is very safe to use, wouldn't be fine. And obviously, you know. So like, when he went to a meeting, they were like, "Oh, you're gonna use public transport? Oh, no. I'm gonna use my taxpayers' Range Rover to drive to the meeting." And then, and see, he's dodgy as well. Like, no one talks about that. He ups the congestion charge.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, like, he upped the congestion charge to £15 a day. 7 days a week, man.
That's crazy.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, £15. It's mad. Like, it's mad.
That's it's so crazy.
And it took him 2 months to make it. If you're a care worker or an NHS worker, you can get rebated on it.
Yeah.
So you get your money back, but it took 2 months, bro. So telling these people to risk their lives during a pandemic to go drive to work, and you're charging them more money to get there. It's mental, man. Like, no one talks about it. No one talks about it now.
They're all crooks, for the most part.
It's mad.
But it's just like, I'm aware, so I'm not surprised when they do something that a crook would do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's just like but it's the thing is, it's just like you see these. It's just that when you pay attention to it, you see how the media works and you see how things work. And it's just like, wow, it's crazy, man. We're in a crazy world, and I don't know what's gonna happen now, man. Gee, whoa.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Like, I don't know. Like, everyone thought, like, even me, I thought January, bang. We were back to normal. Be all good. And now it's looking. 2021 is going to be a write-off as well now. You know what I mean? So, it's going to be crazy. It's just going to be this notion of like, unlock, lockdown. It's just going to be like that the whole time now. Like, we're just going to be like, it's just our generation just going to be ruined. Like, it's just going to be.
If it wasn't already, bro.
It's done, isn't it? So, you know, students are getting messed about. It's really bad. We're getting messed about now as well. Like, you know, I ain't gonna be able to buy a house. I'm gonna be renting for the rest of my days. You know what I mean?
It's just. I'm really thinking about moving abroad somewhere. I just don't know where yet.
Yeah, I said the exact same thing. If Jeremy Corbyn got in power, I was
oh my days.
I was fleeing to Spain. That's where I was going. I was going Madrid.
And it, bro, yeah, like I want to go somewhere where it's like nice.
Yeah, exactly. Because you got to have a nice climate, nice women,
Yeah.
food,
Yeah.
drinks,
Yeah.
and nice scenery, and that's it. And Madrid speaks volumes to me, or Portugal.
Yeah. Do you know what though? I've really got into like living close to a big city, but not in it. Like I like the idea of having like the amenity of a big city about, but like I'm really getting into like the quiet life. I don't know what it is.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like that. I'd rather now.
Or like a small city.
I'd rather travel into a major city now and travel back out than actually live in a major city.
Yeah.
You do feel the difference, like
the only
decompression.
Yeah.
Thing, like it's nice.
The only thing is just like obviously, well, it doesn't even matter anymore nowadays. But it was maybe, yeah, it may just be as well. I'm getting older, but like it was the whole idea, like, and also moving back from London to here, it was like things closing early, and I really like the idea of just having pubs that are open till midnight on like during the weekdays and stuff like that. But nowadays, it's just like, now I'll just go to the store, get some nice bottles of wine or whatever, and I'll just like, it's like how we were in our first couple of years. In fact, we were like this anyway. I mean, the first year we were kind of like, let's go places. But by second and third year, it was like, our house is where it's at. If you want to come hang out at our house. Do you know what I mean? We can get alcohol, we've got music, we've got whatever you need. Like that, I think that's where my mentality is at. Like the lockdown hasn't helped at all. But it's like, if we're going to be in the situation for however long, I want to like enjoy it. So it's just like, and I think
you want to be in like an enjoyable space, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah, word.
Yeah, and I feel like with like, especially where I am, like being in like a rural area, like you're away from all that shit.
Yeah.
Just like that hustle and bustle, that fucking like the atmosphere where you don't want to be involved in, and like you said, like we were like that in universities where, you know, why would I go to a bar where I can't hear what anyone's saying?
Right.
Pay £6 for a pint when I can get 10 cans for £10.
Yeah.
And sit in my house in my slippers.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Have whoever I want around my house.
Exactly. If we want music, we listen to our own music rather than whatever trash they're playing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's just like it's just weird, man. Like it's like do you know what I did the other day actually? Really weird.
What?
I watched Two Guns.
Ah, that's funny.
And it brought me back to being back in the flat.
Right.
And especially the bit was like Mark Wahlberg's like, "Oh, see you, Pappy," when he's sitting on the floor like against the wall.
Yeah.
He's proper fucked.
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, you all kinds of fucked up now, Pappy." I was laughing, man. I was like, "Oh man,
mate." That film in ages. Yeah, man, that was a dope time, man. That's one of my favorite parts of my life so far, and I just want to like, I am just so ready to just chill out, get on. Like, I realized I'm in my element when I'm just doing what I've been doing recently, which is just, this pandemic has forced me to just focus so much on my work, and now I've got to a point where I'm just in love with everything that I do, that it's just like I'm in my element when I'm at that. But obviously I want to be around other people as well. But if I can just get a nice place for myself, start getting some decent money or whatever, that's what I'm going to start building. Just build a nice environment in the place that I live at, have a nice little studio, whatever, and just sort of like be around maybe like a big, like I wouldn't even mind living around Cambridge, like, because it's only 45 minutes to London. You know what I mean? But it's like, I'm really thinking, just with how just crazy everything is and just how terrible it seems like we're going, I'm just really thinking about going in somewhere into Europe where they don't seem so insane. You know what I mean? Sorry?
Like Sweden?
Oh, maybe not there. Actually, to be fair, I was there for like a day when we went to Copenhagen. I would love to live in Copenhagen. I would love to live in Copenhagen because it's really, really, really picturesque and it's really dope. And it's on a grid system, so it's really easy to get around.
Yeah.
But it's mad expensive, bro.
Yeah.
It's really expensive. But it's really dope. It's like a more chilled out London.
Yeah.
Like although it's super trendy. It's like the whole city is like East London. If I'm being honest, it's super. It's like super trendy.
Get a vibe from it.
But it's like it's mad expensive.
Oh no, it's just like I can definitely see myself moving away.
Yeah, same. Spain would be cool.
Like, Spain, you say?
Yeah, Spain would be really cool.
Oh yeah, no man, Spain for sure, man. I love Spain. Spain's quality, man.
Where Tash lived for like 6 months, it was I think the nearest city was Seville. It was about 40 minutes away from Seville.
Yeah.
But it was like, I think I told you this when she first moved there. Like her mum and dad, they went out for a meal on the first night that they were there, and I think a meal for all three of them, like a full on meal, with drinks and whatever, came to something like 20 or 30 quid.
That's mad.
Yeah, like you could get bottles of beer there for like something insane, like 50 cents.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was mad. It was mad.
I've got a really big soft spot for Spain. I don't know why. I've always loved Spain.
Yeah.
Been there numerous times. Love Portugal as well.
I've never been Portugal. I really want to go.
But Portugal fucking quality, man.
Yeah.
The people are so nice. Like Lisbon. Oh man, Algarve, fucking nice, man. Like it's just like that. Like, but then it's like, what do you like? What do you do? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I do have that because I am so restless that I feel like I would get that.
Yeah, like it's like that thing. Like, it's cool for like 14 days. Then what you do for like a year? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, surely it gets a bit boring after a while. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but, that's my feeling though. I think it's just like, I think I would enjoy it, but then I'm like, but I really want to go do something. And then that's what I was saying. Like, I would like to live within the vicinity of a city. So like that, or at least like a small city that's live, but small, which is why Cambridge is good for something like that. Because Cambridge is tiny, but it's a student city. So it's always live, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, for real. Yeah, exactly. No, I do agree with you. That's something I'm definitely gonna do. Like, I can't see myself living in a city. Like, I can see myself living on the outskirts of a city, like the quiet life, just to decompress. Because you need that. Like, you can't be like that was the thing with like where we lived in Peckham. It was like always constantly lively.
But the energy.
That was what we wanted then.
Yeah, but exactly.
Could you imagine going through that now?
I was just thinking. Like, because when you're in that energy, especially the Elephant and Castle bus stop, where the shopping centre was, bruv, it was like when we would come out of uni, it was just like, let's go, get out of uni, let's go to the bus, and it was just like you'd be weaving in and out of people because that was the energy, and if the bus was taking film, we're like, whatever, we'll just walk home, whatever, and we'll just bomb it home. Nowadays, it's like, I enjoy a leisurely stroll, bruv. Like, you can't do that when you live in this.
Like, if I've been on my feet for like 10 hours baking pastry and shit like that, do I really want to walk home like that? Or
exactly
fucking people and all that? No, I don't want to be doing that, man.
Ain't it,
bro? You know what I mean? It's just certain places have their time.
Yeah.
That time.
Yeah.
And then when you go past that time, that's when you're like,
Exactly. And I don't even want those times back. I enjoyed it. I will forever be like, those are some of the best times I've had as per yet. But like, I'm now in a different stage, and I'm enjoying coming into that different stage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, man. Like, I'm in a really good place. Like.
Yeah, man. It sounds like whenever we talk, you always sound like you're in a really good place, and it's like, it makes me so happy to hear that, bro.
Yeah. My mental health is on point. Like,
that's sick.
All good. Like, everything's all good with that vibe. Like, I know. Like, there's obviously. I'm not like social media. Like, I'm not always happy. Like, obviously, there are bad.
Right.
Days.
Yeah.
But then it's like I found like a way of controlling it in a way, like in a sense that I don't let it override me. Like sometimes
you don't spiral downwards.
Yeah.
You don't let yourself spiral.
I get like really bad like anxiety.
Right.
Like I normally get if I've been out drinking. The next day I've got like really bad anxiety.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I switch off my phone. I don't talk to nobody because I feel like.
That's a good idea.
It's thoughts like, people dislike me. Or
yeah, bro.
You think all these things, and I've got it. No, not recently. I got it about I got it a couple of months ago actually on my birthday. I had like a mad drinking session on Saturday, and I woke up on my birthday. I was just like, what's the point?
Right.
And I was like, oh, what is going on?
And
I was like, and I noticed that when I get tired, and my attention, I just get worn out, and I'm like, down. So now I've got like this thing where I call it like non-negotiable. So like my non-negotiables is like regularly exercising, training, no matter what.
I need to start getting back into that, bro.
Or a hit session, or a training session, or a weight session, something like that. It's non-negotiable. It's got to be done.
Right.
Like, it's got to be done. Like I woke up 6:30 this morning.
Yeah.
Bang, done it. And like
that's what's up.
As David Goggins said, my inner bitch last night kicked in.
Yeah.
I didn't do the allotted time I set myself to do the workout, so I was a bit pissed off. So this morning I was like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna kill it, man. Did it, bang, done. And I put the rest of the day. So that's and meditation and reading, at least reading some pages or a book or whatever.
Yeah.
Those are my non-negotiables, and like
I should start reading, bro. I don't read at all. I have so many books and I don't read.
That was the thing. Like I hit 24. I was like, wow, I've actually never read a book cover to cover.
Right.
I was like, I always read a book and then stops.
Same. I've read one book in my life that I bought from cover. Oh no, two.
I think
it's really bad.
The last book I ever read. No, I can't remember. So I was 24, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to invest in books. I'm just going to buy books, man. And just bought all these books, and then I just started reading. And I started noticing, like, you just get like a different perspective on things. Like you've got more things to talk about.
Right.
You just feel better. Like you're just disconnecting yourself from the world.
Yeah.
Just like you're putting yourself in this element, and that's why when lockdown happened, like my dad and that, and I had some friends shout out to me because they were worried about me.
Yeah.
Because of obviously my hand surgery and all that, so I wasn't doing anything. So they thought I was gonna like drink all the time.
Right.
And just like, obviously I couldn't work out, I couldn't do anything like that, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna drink in it. There's nothing else I can do. But then what obviously they forgot about was that I was on antibiotics, so I couldn't drink anyway. So I set the challenge for myself. Was like, do you know what? Let's see how long we go without drinking. There's no need for it, so let's just see how long we go, innit? And I went from March to my birthday in July.
That's so sick.
Just did it, and then it's just like I think it's that thing, like, because you get that repetitive pattern in it, and it's just like you need to break up that cycle.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I find I struggle to not drink. Well, it's not that I struggle to not drink, it's just I enjoy drinking still. But not like crazy though. Yeah. Like I just enjoy this last month I had a bit of a binge because was it? Oh no, wait, August? I didn't drink for all of August. Oh no, I lie. I drank twice in August on two separate occasions, but they were like a glass of wine with a meal. So I did that twice, which is good for me, to be honest. So I only drank twice in August, and then the beginning of September, I went on a bit of a rampage, but I wasn't really. It was just like I drank maybe 3 or 4 times in the first week, and then after that, I over the last 3 weeks, I've only drank once a week.
Yeah.
But I will probably get drunk though on that day. Because that's just how I blow steam. Because I'm mental though, but I think I acknowledge that that's not the best way to deal with it. But I just enjoy, because it's the only way I know how to turn my brain off, which isn't healthy. I'm aware, but it's the only way I can absolutely just shut my brain off.
Yeah, that's what I did. Like for me to sleep, like back in the day, for me to sleep, I had to like drink.
Yeah, I used to be like that.
I can fall asleep and it's like bang. But like I can only drink now in social settings. I can't drink at home anymore. Like I've tried watching football at home and having a beer. I just can't do it, man, because I get sleepy. I'm just like, and I'm just like, I just can't do it.
That's good though. I think that's really good.
But then invite me to a pub Hey, we're there till closing time. No problem.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, but yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Yeah, it's just like meditation. Meditation helps a lot, though.
That's dope. I need to do more. I had a session yesterday.
Really cool. Yeah, like, it's really good, man. Like, I've got like a Fitbit.
Yeah.
And they do like meditate. It does meditation things now.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, which is a new feature, which I didn't know it did, but that was cool. And then I use Calm.
What's that?
Calm. It's like a meditation app. So.
Oh, I do know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really cool. And it's like, it's so funny. Like, what was it? Like a couple of years ago, I'd be like, I wouldn't pay like the year thing for the premium, so that to unlock all the features. It's like £25 or £35 for the year.
Oh right, that's good.
But then like a couple of years ago, I'd be like, no, that's too much money. But then I'll spend like £100 on trainers.
Yeah. And
it's like now it's different now. Like, you know, it's my health. So
exactly. So there's a difference between value and price.
Yeah, and like £35 is not a lot of money. So it's like, I'll pay it. It's not an issue.
Yeah, and like you're saying, it's for your mental health. Yeah, it's worth all of it, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's a small investment for the bigger picture.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And I've noticed a huge difference. So
I've noticed a difference with you though. Like you are the most chilled out I've ever seen you. Like you're super chilled out. Like like you don't, even if something does stress you, it's like you found a way to cope with the stress of that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, like.
In a healthy way, let me add, because we used to cope with stresses back in the day, and it was not healthy. We would just drink for 5 weeks straight.
Yeah, no, for sure, exactly, for sure, and exactly that. That's the reason. Like, I needed to find like another outlet.
Exactly,
it had to be a different way.
Yeah,
that was my mindset. It was like, it can't just be alcohol related or drug related. It has to be like, now there's got to be a more positive way I could do this, and
that's what I need to do.
It's like my mindset is like, it's bulletproof. Like you can't get to me in that way. Like, if something bad happens, I'm just like, okay, yep, wasn't meant to be. Move on.
Yeah,
it's done.
People have a really hard time accepting things nowadays.
Yeah.
Whereas it's just like, I've never had an issue with that ever. It's just like, okay, cool, next one. Like I just.
Oh yeah, no.
I just now to accept things.
You would know. You would know like better than anyone. I did. I used to like take things so personally.
Right.
Just like I would just be like, I'll overthink things, overcomplicate things.
Yeah.
And you just dig yourself into this hole. Whereas now, and there was like this quote I had from a book where it was like, if you react to problems with happiness and positivity, it doesn't become your problem. If you react to a problem with anger and negativity, it becomes your problem, and then you can't shake that problem off of you.
Right. Yeah. I can see.
And then the person who created that problem hasn't got that problem no more. He can just go away. It's now your problem because you've reacted in a negative way, and it's fucked you up now.
Exactly.
If you go, cool man, see you later.
Yeah,
it's not.
That's it.
You ain't got to worry about it, and it's mad how so simple things like that you don't think about till it's like you're told, or it's like you see it in your face. Like it's just it's really weird. Like it's so simple. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, like if I reacted that way, it wouldn't come bite me in the arse again, would it? It'd be all right.
Exactly.
So that's why now I'm just like, listen, no worries, man, all good.
Because it's just like I don't invite negative energy into my life anymore. Like, well, I haven't been for a while, but it's just like I will go out of my way to make sure that my reaction is not one that invites negativity into my life anymore. Like, because it's just too much effort, bro. Like, I don't understand the idea of holding grudges. Like, I genuinely think, I think we talked about this last time, but I genuinely think that contributes over years and years and years to people dying. Early, maybe. Like when you hold all that anger and that just resentment in you, it just becomes too much for you. Like you feel
it on your shoulders.
Literally.
You can feel it. You can feel it, and then as soon as you like make peace with certain things, you feel that weight lift off your shoulders. You feel better.
You literally see it. You literally see people wearing it in their posture.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's man. It's a mental thing, man. It's Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's mad times, man. Yeah, so
it's fucking crazy.
That's why that's what I'm saying. Like now, what's going on? Like mental health is more important than ever.
Exactly.
You just need to focus on yourself. Just do things like as long as you treat people with respect and love, you'll get the same thing back.
Exactly, bro. I go out of my way to, again, with that kind of thing. It's just like, it takes a lot for me to have to not give out the energy that I'm getting sometimes. It's something that I'm still learning, but it's like, I will treat everybody with the intention of, I have no reason to not treat you in the best possible way. Yes, I want that same respect back or whatever, but it's just, it helps me and my mental. So when I don't get that, or if I get an unnecessary kind of like response, which has happened, and we're not even going to go into it with the person, I'm not trying to, because I don't want to have to bleep it out or whatever, but you know the situation that's happened with me this year or whatever, with certain people. And it's just like, you know what? Like you said, okay, cool, it's not my problem anymore. I'll let you have this problem, because otherwise I have a really big problem with the double standard of, I expect you to give me this, but I will treat everybody with zero respect. Do you know what I mean? And so it becomes really hard for me to not point out to people, but like you said, it's just a case of, do you know what, this isn't even you're the one with the issue, which is why you're acting this way. So do you know what, I'll just let you continue it, I'll let it to continue it being your problem, like it's not my problem. So it's just like, you know what, whatever. So
exactly that, man. And you know, whereas before I would let that boil over to me, and then I didn't look like a dickhead if I've acted in a negative way. And
exactly.
Like, whereas now I'm like, nah, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Like, why would I need that? You know.
Yeah.
And also, those certain things make people. It comes between people as well. And,
yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And it's not good, man. So I'd rather just be like. But then you need these things to happen to you
to learn
your lesson. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, yeah, and to know, okay, this is the lesson. These are the alarm bells. And if I ever see these things, if my alarms ever go off, I know to just avoid the situation.
Exactly. Yeah. So I know how to do that now. So it's all good. Yeah. So it's just good, man. It's just that you just put yourself in that group of people that you know are just going to pump you up and all that, and it's just going to be good. And,
I don't. As Joey Diaz said, all you need is 3 people, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Give me 3 bad motherfuckers, and you can take down a country.
Be able to count on one hand. That's it, man.
Bro. Yeah.
It's so true. It's so true. So yeah, you think like if you have the more friends you have, the better your life is. It's not. It's more complicated. It's more stressful. There's more hate. There's more everything, man. Narrow it down to the right people.
Exactly.
Chill,
and you said it perfectly.
You won at life.
The right people.
Yeah, and you won at last, man. That's all you need, man.
Word. And on that note, bro, I'm going to go because I'm about to piss myself.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know.
I know, innit? I just looked at the time and I was like, mate, how has that been 2 hours?
Yeah, flew by, man.
Innit? And I'm ready
for part 2. But
I'm gonna listen to this back now, innit, as well. I want to listen back to it.
Yeah. Yes, man. Yes, my brother. It's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah, brother. All right, we'll do this. We'll sort out another one next week. Oh, mate, I'm well hyped for this. Yeah, this has been a really good one. I'm really hyped about this.
Yes, man.
Safe, brother. Love you very much. And
love you too, mate.
I will talk to you next. Well, I'll probably talk to you in like a minute. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon, brother.
Yeah, mate. All right, man. Have a nice evening, mate.
You too, bro. Bye.
All right, man. Bye.